So you weren't nationally recognized coming out of high school. Went to what they consider a small school college. Have climbed your way up as a professional. Would you say that you embrace the underdog mentality at this point?
I'd say so. I mean, yeah, like you said, it started from high school. Not really well known. I had a great career, a great senior year, but still didn't get like the exposure. Small town kid from Minnesota, and I was, I'm still skinny, but real skinny coming out of high school.
Right.
A lot of teams said, he doesn't have the physicality, all this stuff. So, yeah, you learn to accept those things, work on them, but also keep them in the back of your mind. Like, all right, I'm gonna continue to prove all you people wrong.
Right. So explain the feeling. Excuse me. Explain the feeling when off the eye test you walking down the street or walking into a gym, like opposing players or coaches are just looking at you like, oh, we gonna bust his ass, or he's not ready for this, or we don't care what we heard about him. And then after you start getting busy, whether they have to come to you after the game and like pay their respects, or you kind of see their face change. Like, explain that feeling.
Yeah, a lot of it, like, high school started, and you could sense some of that, like, how's this kid scoring like this? There's no way. Like, he's 140 pounds, 150 pounds, and frail, skinny, all this stuff. And whether it was a short guy, a big physical guy, they tried to all play close and play physical. And halfway through the game, they're sending double teams and triple teams and
Right.
all kinds. So you notice, like, in games, I remember in high school looking over at the opposing team, and they're just shaking their heads. The coach is trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
So I always looked at, like, I'm not really gonna talk. I'm not a big trash talker, but I'm gonna earn your respect no matter what.
Right. Okay. So switching gears a little bit, what were some of your experiences as you transition into being a pro and you go through the NBA Summer League, NBA training camps, in the G League? Like, what were some of those experiences, and then that kind of ultimately led you to coming overseas?
Yeah, so I finished college and I felt like I had a real good college career, but the second that I finished, it was like day one going back from like high school to college. I had to prove myself to all these new faces, new people.
Right.
There's a handful of NBA scouts or agents and European scouts that, they watch, they pay attention, but do they really know what you can do? Maybe, maybe not.
Right.
So you got to continue to prove yourself, and it's a whole new level. It's a different game, different tactics, different ideas. So you got to fit in, but also you got to, prove how you can stand out from other people too. So that was the big thing. Summer leagues, I'd have a couple bad games where didn't play, didn't shoot well, and then you have one good game and it kind of changes everything. So, you just go through that process and try to, like I said, prove yourself to all those new people. Yeah,
so what everybody, especially Americans, you grow up wanting to play in the NBA, right? So you feel like you're getting closer, you have some good games in Summer League, or you're in training camp and guys are telling you like you belong. It's just whether or not the situation works. How difficult is it to make the decision to leave that direct opportunity or leave right under their nose to come all the way over to Europe and start over here?
Yeah, I remember specifically there was a year I played with the Nets, and then I think it was Memphis in Vegas, and had a good summer league with both, and had talking with those teams, looking for interest, because they talk the whole time like, yeah, we're really interested, we're looking for shooters, we're looking for guys who can play with the ball, do different things. And you go through the process, you do everything you need to do, and it's still kind of like you're coming down to a last minute decision.
Right.
But at the same time, that choice to come to Europe and continue playing here needs to happen before, because the timelines don't match up either.
Yeah.
So that's another wrinkle that gets thrown in. So, you got to do kind of what's best for you at the time.
Yeah.
If you have, the patience to wait it out and can do that, by all means do it. But when you're looking at high-level teams in Europe, my feeling is you got to go, prove yourself at the EuroLeague, Euro Cup level, make some good money doing it, get to live in a new place, see the world.
Right.
That's an experience that you can't really pass up on, I feel like.
So you're saying that now, right? But what's your initial mindset coming over here? Is it kind of just like, yo, I'm gonna go kill it and get right back?
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, that was the exact mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, my first couple of years was, I'm coming here for, half a year, 1 year max, and I'm going right back and trying to get to the NBA as fast as I can.
Yeah.
Because I think, like you said, growing up, you dream about playing in the NBA, and that's your only objective. Like, I didn't even know there was European teams that are this level. You know? So you have this idea of going back and doing those things back in the NBA, but I don't think, especially as a kid, like, you don't understand, what it takes to really get back. And even if you do those things, that opportunity might not be there.
Right. A lot of things have to fall in place.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And so now you are at Baskonia, historical club, consistent fan base, and you've moved around a lot up to this point. You seem to have found a home there. Like, how does that feel for you to represent that team and that fan base?
It's cool. I mean, like we talked about earlier, looking back, I didn't know a lot about Europe or European basketball. After being here now, 10th season, Baskonia, this is my 3rd season. We kind of built a little home there. My wife and daughter are there. They enjoy it. They really enjoy the city. It's great for raising a family. And on the other side, the basketball side is amazing. The fans, some of the most knowledgeable fans about basketball I've been around in Europe.
Right.
They follow the team, but they also understand things within the team and how the team plays, what players go through, injuries, hot streaks, cold streaks. They understand the game and what it brings to the table. So it's an exciting place to play, especially when you're winning. It's a crazy atmosphere in home games, and we always get a good following on the road too, especially in Spain.
Okay, so you're a decade in. How would you say this overseas journey has changed you as a man off the court?
I think it's made me more of a solid all-around person. I think you learn a lot by paying attention to different cultures and languages, all that stuff. You learn a lot. You get fixated on certain things and how it was in the U.S.
Right.
And then you come over to another culture and you see how things are different and how you can adapt and kind of involve both sides to your life, and it's really what you want to make it. There's some cool stuff over here.
Right.
People live cool ways. It's different, but I think as long as you embrace it and enjoy that, it's an experience that you can't pass up on.
For sure. So my final question is, GRRR means to attack life in full pursuit of your dreams. How do you feel that applies to you in your life?
I mean, I think it's easy to use that and talk about basketball, from when I was a little kid. And, you see one thing, you love it, you work hard, you have the passion, and now it's transpired into this long career. But I think, it goes further than that. You can use it in life. Whatever you have passion in, whether it's your kids, your family, your business, anything, traveling the world, like whatever you want to do in life, do it with a passion that, can change someone else's mentality about it.
Right.
Like, show other people how passionate you are, and people will follow.
Right.
So that's the mentality that I see from GRRR.
When you cannot